Now to other upbeat matters. Earlier on, we talked about the MTV Africa Music Awards, also known as the Mamas. It was rather lovely, a very lovely event with a few criticisms here and there. But let's look at some of the highlights of the evening.
Thank you so much for voting. I appreciate it. This is my second time in a row winning this award.
I dedicate this award to my beautiful mom, who's probably watching, and my sisters. We just need a name on this flag, that's all, but we are all winners. That's all. Thank you, South Africa. I'ma see you later.
Well, for more on that event, our entertainment correspondent, Bidemi Dairo, is right here in the studio with me. Bidemi, thank you very much for your time.
It's a pleasure to be here again.
Yes, it's always a pleasure. Now, we saw that, you know, Nigerians did us proud.
Yes.
It was not a surprise because,
I
mean, obviously, if you're Nigerian, you're a winner. That being said, but we saw the highlights. The highlights are plain to see. My thing, I'm looking at the criticisms here. There was some criticism about how this edition of the Mamas went. It coincided with the Mandela Day. Mandela was a key person, very significant when it came to launching MTV Base,
yes,
and there was no time. There was no moment set aside to honor him.
Well, to be fair to them, when they announced the dates of the MTV for this year, they said it was going to be a Mandela edition, and they had a pre-event for pre-event activities for Mandela, where they had minor concerts here and there. They had cooking events, they had career talks, and all of that. But seriously, still they didn't excuse the fact that the major event, which was broadcasted to millions, didn't even say anything about Mandela. It's a big shame.
That's just one out of you know, some of the other critiques that I read, that I got the chance to read. Now, my thing is, besides that, I also saw critics mention that it fell below standard, that they had higher expectations than what was put out there. So at this point, my question to you is, I don't want it to be as though we're trying to
knock
you
them.
know,
No, we're not knocking them. But
yes.
What I think, if you look at other MTV events across the other parts of the world, you see MTV Europe, MTV American Awards, and all that. They're always jaw-dropping
performances,
events and all that. But it appears like the one for this year in Africa, Mamas this year, was just the things that worked out for me fine were the stage, wonderful stage. They had different
beautiful stage,
waves and all that, and also a couple of personalities here and there, Anthony Anderson and the band, of course. But the performances were tepid and bland. You know, it's an MTV now. You see what Chris Brown does for Europe, MTV. Go to America, see Rihanna. There's always going to that's talking, that wow factor, something to talk about. It was missing at the Mamas.
So what should be done differently to make next year's better?
Well, it's the ball is in the court of the organizers, but I think it's beyond. This is African music. It's beyond. This is Davido on stage. It's beyond. This is Yemi Alade on stage. They should put some more thoughts into organizing and giving that jaw-dropping factor. Yeah.
Well, we hope to see that jaw-dropping factor, but thank you so much. Our entertainment correspondent, Bidemi Dairo, thank you very much. At this point, we'd like to take the feedback of the day. Now, last week, the Friday edition, we asked you about how to control video game addiction based on our Africa Tech segment. And David Arogun Dade says there are softwares to acquire to shut down your system when you spend an overboard time on your system playing games. And Emeka Ifediora says to help stop video game addiction, the game addict should get a reliable friend to monitor and regulate his or her gaming time. We'd like to say a big thank you for your feedback, and please keep them coming. Here is our question of the day. How do you think the elections in Burundi will play out tomorrow, especially when you consider the fact that most of the presidential candidates have dropped out of the race? Feel free to reach out to us either via email or Twitter. The address and handle are right there on your screen. As always, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for watching Network Africa right here on Channels Television. I'm Cynthia Are.